So welcome. This is Functions and Relations Lesson 2, Part 1, Operations with Functions. We're going to learn how to add and subtract functions. We have two tables of values for function f at x. Remember, the function is simply just a name. It's like you have a name. That name is unique. We've got the function f at x and the function g at x. And we've got a table of values that's been created. And what we're going to do is manipulate those equations. I've got a list of x values, and I've got a list of y values. And we're going to look at what happens when we take function f plus function g and apply it to x and do the opposite, which is f minus g. So you can assume that when we have f plus g, what we're going to do is we're going to add the y values. That's what that means. The function is another name for y. We're going to take the y values and add them. So I'm going to go through and do a couple of the first ones. -7 plus -7 is -14, -11, -8, -5. Now you can complete the rest of the chart. So hopefully you were able to figure out the rest of the charts. If we do the opposite operation, we're actually going to do some subtracting. So we're going to take -7 and subtract -7. That's going to give us 0. -5 minus -6. So just writing out what does that look like? That actually looks like -5 plus 6. So that's going to be the number 1. -3 minus -5, that's 2. -1 minus -4, remember double negative becomes positive. -1 plus 4 is 3. And again, I'm going to give you time to complete the rest of the chart. So just double check that you've got those same values, because now we get to make some graphs. We need to graph in one color the graph of x versus f at x, then the graph of x versus g at x, then the graph of x versus f plus g at x, then the graph of f versus f minus g at x. So you've got some graphing details to handle there. And then before we get graphing, we'll just take a look at the flip side. So the flip side defines what our functions were. F at x is 2x plus 1, and g at x is x minus 3. So then when we were adding them, our new function was equal to 2x plus 1 plus x minus 3, which results in 3x minus 2. And then if you apply the same principle to the subtraction, let's see what we get. And range of those functions, going back to our table of values for the f plus g at x and f minus g at x, the x values can run from -4 to 4. Those are solid. -4 to 4 solid as the domain, and the range it goes from -14 to 10, and those are solid. That means we can include the values of the endpoints. And then the domain and range of f minus g at x, same domain, so same x, but we're looking at the y values being slightly different. The y values run from 0 to 8. We've got one other question to look at that incorporates putting functions together. So if you turn to class example number 2, read that question a minute, and then we'll set up the equations. We actually needed to come back to letter G here. We need to evaluate our functions at 10 and -10. So the new blue one is 3 times 10 minus 2, which is 28. So that's f at, that's the f plus g at x. And then the new red one is f minus g at negative 10. So f minus g at negative 10 is negative 10 plus 4, which is negative 6. And now we can go to that creating our own equation, which is kind of fun. Total cost. The fixed cost was $10,000. That's like the setup fees, getting a building, paying for equipment, paying for a secretary. That's $10,000. And then I get to pay $3 per unit, where X is the number of units. So that's one equation. Now revenue, it says I can sell these DVDs for $15. Well, that's awesome. Our revenue statement, 15x, x still represents the same concepts. X is the number of units. And now I get to make a profit statement. As a businessman, I'm looking to make profit, and profit, P, is my revenue statement minus my cost statement, or R minus C evaluated at X. R minus C evaluated at X. And you can take both those statements, 10,000 plus 300 plus 3x, but start with the 15x. So that's 15x minus 10,000 plus 3x, which will give me 12x minus 10,000. Awesome. Now we can plug and play that last question. If I make 20,000 DVDs, what's my profit? So that's putting 20,000 into the statement I just created. 12 times 20,000, subtract 10,000, and your calculator will produce a nice answer for you. And that answer is $230,000. $230,000 as my profit. Now I'm going to make sure I look on the right side of our assignment sheet for lesson 2, which is what we're on today. We're going to do question 1 to 9 as our assignment. And I do want you to do all the parts, please. Thank you very much, and let's get to work.